want to. You don't gotta do it if you don't want to. You don't gotta do it if you don't want to. It's just a suggestion. Come on.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome back to the conversation. I am Psych. Here with me is K, and we've got something to say today about a topic that is big, huge, large. Not as large as our dwindling. Oh, it's gone.
This is the last episode for the Mitchers bourbon.
And there you go. Cheers to that. We made
Cheers to that.
Episode 4. Welcome to episode 4 of the conversation. We have a lot to say. We're going to try to fit in as many answers for you. Hopefully we don't provide too many problems. And we're going to expand upon AI. So, looking up AI, one of the first hits on Google, the very first one, we have Allen Iverson. We're here to talk about Allen Iverson today, one of the NBA All-Star greats. I know many of you love him, as I do. Played for many, many years, 49 years old. He's about to get paid a lot of money from Reebok.
No idea who he is.
He's the answer. AI. You could look him up. Yeah, Google.
Who is he?
Allen Iverson. He's one of the NBA greats. One of the best, the most admired players all time.
Yeah.
All time.
Yeah. Overall draft pick. Yeah. Okay. 11-time NBA All-Star. What? This is basketball? I thought we were talking about football.
This is stop.
I don't know.
Yes. Oh well, we're gonna get to the other AI, artificial intelligence.
Oh, so I'm looking this up for nothing.
Oh well. All right. What is artificial intelligence? It seems to be everywhere nowadays.
It's huge.
It seems to be trending, beyond trending. It's kind of saturating the web, social media. How can we use it? What is it? How can I access it? Does it cost me anything? How is it going to affect my life? Is it going to make my life any better? Is my life going to get worse as a result of businesses and society adopting it? What are the cultural ramifications for this thing coming to be? Are we approaching the Matrix? Are we about to be taken over by machines?
Yeah, I don't think that Isaac Asimov's positronic brain is going to be in production anytime soon. But AI it's the thing now because it's already embedded in so much of what we do. I don't think people realize how much of narrow AI is in our day-to-day lives.
But we have it in this room. We've got a Google Assistant right behind you.
Yeah.
We've got it in our phones. We've got Siri. We have Alexa. We're already using that stuff on a daily basis. I'm using it on my phone if I'm playing a game of chess with a robot. And
it goes even differently. It goes even deeper than that. AI is in the suggestive algorithm that you use for TikTok. That Netflix decides what movies you want to watch. The self-driving cars in San Francisco. Those are
our friend yesterday was just in one of those.
Yes,
Waymo.
Rod was in the Waymo in San Francisco. He sent us a video.
That's right.
Of him in the passenger seat, panning over to an empty driver's seat.
Mm-hmm. Similar to Tesla.
Yeah.
What I didn't know when I was looking up Waymo was that was the rebranding of the Google assisted driving cars.
Interesting.
So that was Google was trying to come up with those. They were in competition with Tesla when they were coming up with their automation that would provide a safe experience for people to get in a vehicle and go from point A to point B. But their title, it needed some work, and Waymo was what they settled on.
Yeah, because just select something that doesn't really make much sense, but it's catchy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People want to find their way. Mo,
and it's way more catchy than Google Assistant.
It absolutely is. It rolls off the tongue. It's kind of nice to say. But now we have Chat GPT. We've got Apple Intelligence. We've got AI art.
Yeah. IBM has the what is its thing called? Gosh, I just had it, but they have one as well.
And for those of you who are interested in chess, all of the
Watson.
chess computers
IBM
that
Watson.
Watson.
Yeah, yeah, which is a good name for an assistant. It's kind of fun.
I think so as well. I think so as well.
So where do we start?
Oh,
You've picked probably the largest contemporary topic in human existence.
well, I have a real life example. So one of my friends just came out with a business not that long ago. He's putting together a web page for it, and he used AI to figure out how to get actors, to get people in the shot that he didn't have to schedule with. He didn't have to have them sign waivers. He didn't have to pay them. He has people that look, I'll just show you. Look, and we can talk about it. Here it is right here. The title of the company, here's a positive plug for my friend, Sheer Genius. It's a shear sharpening business that, for those of you who are into barber shops, beauty salons, anytime you go to get your haircut from a stylist, they have shears and they need them to be sharpened from time to time, and his business remedies that.
So he's got a grooming supply sharpening company, and these people are generated.
The 4 women on the screen right now are not real. They are absolutely fictitious, pure imagination.
So we should have done this second and started with our logo and YouTube banner was also generated.
Oh.
But now I feel foolish seeing what I've done versus what your friend has done.
That's okay. Ours is in its first phase. This was not his first attempt.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's nothing to feel bad about at all. And you can see, so this is Sheer Genius. If you need a shear sharpening service, they are mobile, and you can book here on sheergenius.pro.
And all you have to do is find out what region we live in.
California.
Okay.
Somewhere. You'll find us.
So, yes, we've talked about all these different elements of AI. We talked about Siri and Alexa and Watson, and you went all the way up to ChatGPT. I think that all these things, while they seem to be different layers of evolution of AI, what people maybe at the onset don't realize is that they are all considered the one type of AI. So from my research here, I've learned that there are 3 types of AI, but only the first one's exist in existence. The other 2, they're still science fiction. They're just theoretical.
Yes, computers are not floating around. They're not sentient beings yet.
Yeah.
They haven't figured out how to truly take over the world.
So what we're talking about here is weak AI or narrow AI. I think is probably the term they want to use more because weak AI sounds hella weak. But weak AI, according to IBM, and this is from an article on their Think articles on their website.
For you.
I can check me out. So in this article, it talks about the 3 kinds of AI. Artificial narrow AI is a form of AI that can be trained to perform a single task or a narrow task, and it often does it faster and better than the human mind can. However, it can't perform outside of its defined task. So the self-driving car has been trained by a programmer to analyze data and make driving adjustments. That's its task. That's what it does. It's AI, but it's also it can't learn from that experience. it only can collect the data and then use the data.
So everything it encounters while it's performing that task can be recycled into the performance of the next task, perhaps.
If it's built into the AI system.
It's just that the scope of that task is limited to just that.
Yeah.
It can't, if you ask it for some therapeutic advice.
It doesn't have the ability to do that because it's not in the scope of its programming.
If you ask it where the next great restaurant is serving pierogies, it's not going to be able to do it.
So the self-driving car, no. Waymo you can't get in a Waymo and be like, hey, can you drive me someplace that has a nice ambience and an Italian cuisine? That would be sick.
It would be nice.
That's probably that's going to be the next level. We just gave Google
an idea.
Yeah.
Get on that, Google.
And it's the same thing with ChatGPT. It seems very intelligent and it responds in a very personable way when you talk to it. But it really still can only do the one thing. It's you ask it a question,
hence the narrow,
and it's narrow in the scope. So that's the narrow AI, and of course then it gets into strong AI and super intelligent AI. And strong AI is a theoretical concept where now it can understand, learn, and apply its knowledge along a wide range of tasks. Like you have let it loose, and now it's self-learning. Whereas right now, narrow AI is not self-learning. And then super intelligent AI is defined as AI that surpasses human intelligence across all fields, including creativity, general wisdom, and social skills. That's the Isaac Asimov AI. So
that's AI that has reached the peak in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It is self-actualized.
It has decided we are the problem and we need to be eliminated. Yes. Skynet is super intelligent AI.
I don't think we should create that.
Fortunately,
but we're on the road.
Yeah, we're heading that way. Because why would we listen to us when there's smarter people out there making those decisions?
This is all pure conjecture.
It's all conjecture, and until they can create a strong or general AI that has the ability to understand, learn, and apply knowledge, sentience basically, because you have the sentient ability to understand what I'm saying to you, learn from my mistakes, and grow in a wide range of tasks. That's general AI would have to simulate that.
So far with the narrow AI, we can search for things, we can have it craft or compose images or text in a theme that we have suggested. We can have artificial intelligence drive us around in machines and vehicles. We can have it assist pretty much whenever machinery is involved. And if there's electronics and there's computer components, anything you can connect a computer to could, face value, become artificial intelligence.
Yes. So looks like right now OpenAI and a company called DeepMind are both working on general intelligence. The super intelligence. I mean the second one. And that expert opinions place the achievement of sentient AI sometime in the 2040s or 2050s. So we're gonna be old and craggly complaining that candy bars used to be $1.25, and it'll be a generative AI robot telling us, it's okay, Grandpa, let's put you to bed.
Perhaps. I think it's the perfect time to get in on the ground floor, so to speak, or as close to the ground floor as possible when it comes to investments or increasing your portfolio. Just ran across this today. 45% of Warren Buffett's $398 billion is invested in 3 artificial intelligence stocks.
Interesting. Does he tell you what those 3 stocks are?
I believe it does. Now, this is according to the Motley Fool
Motley Fool.
The
gosh.
Motley Fool.
Yeah, that. We could do a whole thing on my opinion on Motley Fool.
And this article is by Anthony D. Pizio, dated July 7th, 2024 at 6 a.m. And yes, Warren Buffett led the Berkshire Hathaway holding company since 1965. Okay, so the actual stocks are Snowflake and
Apple and Amazon. It says
yep.
His portfolio is invested heavily in Apple, Amazon, and Snowflake, which all have strong ties to AI.
Most of it with Apple. So 44.5% in Apple, 0.5% in Amazon, and then 0.2% in Snowflake.
Okay. So that's one of the things that I have with Motley Fool, which is totally run by a stock brokerage corporation, is that he's heavily invested in Apple to mean he's investing in AI. It's nonsense.
It's true. Not Apple is heavily invested in AI, and they have been for years with Siri at the most basic level.
Yeah, but the clickbait title of this article is I wonder if it was AI generated.
It worked. It's working.
Yeah, we got us to read it.
It's working.
And yes, and so my source is Super Money. So it's definitely
And does it give you the same figures?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, yeah, all of those numbers, from what I understand, are out there. It's public knowledge. It'd be easy to confirm or deny whether or not that's what. Now, could he have changed that this morning after 6 a.m.? He could have, but probably not. Apple's a pretty safe bet.
It's a pretty safe bet these days. I agree.
It is Apple, and they've got their Apple Intelligence, which actually I haven't looked too much into Apple Intelligence. Do you know anything about Apple Intelligence?
It's not one of the big generative AI things that have come up.
They've got their own site,
but I imagine that they are just using that to embed into Siri and stuff, and to track
this
data.
is coming this fall. I did hear a little bit about this.
This is bleeding edge.
Yes, Apple Intelligence, AI for the rest of us, coming in beta this fall, built into your iPhone, iPad, and Mac to help you write, express yourself, and get things done effortlessly. Draws on your personal context while setting a brand new standard for privacy in AI, which I know is a huge thing. It's the more and more you divulge of yourself and your ideas, especially if you're a creator, if you're trying to make something, if you're trying to develop a prototype, if you're trying to reach a certain market, and all of a sudden you start pouring yourself into this thing, how secure is it?
Yeah.
Is somebody else ripping off your ideas? Is somebody else going to get that patent first? Is that going to help the market if they lose trust in the platform that's supposed to be helping them?
So many things are cloud-based now. like I do a lot of my work in Creative Cloud, Adobe Creative Cloud, and if we decided to do that, we could collaborate in the cloud. You could sign in as a co-collaborator, and I could add you to projects. Mm-hmm. But it would all have to be on the cloud. And yeah, how secure is it? How safe is that? I mean, who's out there trying to steal all of the brilliant notions and ideas from our podcast? So yeah, the concerns I think are valid. Although I also think that it's a bit of a smokescreen, because we're already willingly giving so much of our data and information to these companies to begin with.
All of those terms of agreements, all of those end user license agreements, all of that stuff.
Which AI is being used to collect and process that data.
I think I'm going to use AI to read those for me and summarize them the next time I sign up for something.
Dude, that's brilliant. Yes. It's kind of genius. So yes, Apple Intelligence, it looked from what I'm seeing
and
here,
there's a video, there's a film on it, and I'm sure it's wonderfully produced with AI. Chat GPT seamlessly integrated. Okay. Yes, I have been aware, I've heard whispers that Apple is investing heavily into AI. They want to be the first, and rightfully so. How many people already have their phones? We've got two of their products that we're filming with right now. We've got our Macs in front of us that are assisting us as we produce this. And if all of a sudden this fall, a better version or a more user-friendly version of AI is automatically going to fall in our laps.
So I've been using ChatGPT 3.5, 4.0 is in beta right now, and it gave me an opportunity to use it today. It says it's smarter and faster. I haven't spent enough time with ChatGPT to really have seen the difference. But yeah, they're constantly improving it, but it all goes down to the data they're feeding into it. They're making it smarter. It's not getting smarter. And I think that's the
It can't get smarter without us.
No, and that's the big thing that I think. If we're talking about fears, I think that people are worried that AI is going to become self-sufficient and just take over. But it's not going to happen anytime soon. We don't have anything that is in development or that has been created that can do that. Everything, as smart as ChatGPT seems, it's still just doing what it's being told to do. It's still doing one thing at a time.
So tell us about the version of ChatGPT that you're currently using. Are you paying for this? Is there a subscription involved? How easy is it for the average person, in your opinion, to get on and start using it immediately and feeling like they're getting it's worth it? They want it to be worth it, right?
So I Googled ChatGPT, came right up. It generates its own web page. The first thing that it did was ask me if I wanted to download the app, which I denied, just using the website. It also asked me if I wanted to sign up. So you can just go into ChatGPT and use it for free. You can use it today, the version 3.5, and you can do it relatively anonymously.
Okay, there's the first hit I got here was 4.0. That's the latest?
That's the new thing,
and that one's paid for.
Well, they let you try it, but
okay.
I got to type in like 10 questions, and then it kicked me out of it.
Okay,
went back to 3.5. But so I signed up, put in my email address, basic sign up stuff. You can sign up through Google or Apple. It gives you that option. And then I'm just going to town. I have a little chat box here. I typed in good morning. It said, good morning, how can I help you today? And then I'm just giving it information. While I'm in the actual session, it's keeping track of what I'm telling it. When I close this out, it'll probably lose everything. But it's keeping stuff over here on the side. User requests, model responses to generative AI, AI podcast help needed. It's keeping track of the key points of what I'm asking. It has your name in there because I've been asking how to help you.
I appreciate that, by the way.
And it is free. It's 100% free, and we can use it for anything that is available. There is a premium version. I don't know how much it costs. I haven't looked at it, but there's an upgrade plan where you can use ChatGPT 4 all the time. They've got a thing called Dolly, and there's more stuff. But for the average person, just the free ChatGPT, I personally can't think of anything that I would need beyond what I'm currently doing. And it'll do anything. I'm in can you help me with my advanced algebra class homework? And it says it would be happy to help me with my advanced algebra homework. Please share specific problems or concepts you're working on, and I can assist you. So now I'm sitting here. I can type in full quadratic equations to this thing, and it'll give me the answer. It'll explain how it came to that conclusion.
So I work in education, and I was at a professional development, I think it was last year. And we're writing goals for students. We're trying to come up with strategies to help students achieve more. We want them to learn as much as possible when they're with us. We want to take advantage of that time. And the only way to do that is to have a goal that we're striving for, that the student, the family, and the teachers, all the educators are moving towards. One of the educators in this meeting claimed that he was able to use Chat GPT to craft these goals.
Mhm.
He would put in the subject. I mean, you'd have to give it a little information first,
Yeah.
but he put in the subject matter, what the discipline was, what the learning objectives were, the grade of the student. They wanted it to be aligned with the standards and things of that nature, and it spit out goals, things that teachers decades ago would have had to write up by hand, would have had to look up the state standards, would have had to come up with what's their site or their state adopts as far as with the curriculum and where they are in the curriculum and what lessons are preceded the current lesson and what lessons are coming next. And they would do all of that legwork themselves. And now this tool taking that place.
I just had a conversation with a friend of mine about this because I was doing some research this morning before we recorded today, and she didn't know anything about AI. She thought that AI was some kind of boogeyman that was off in the internet and it was going to take over the world and ruin everyone's livelihood and steal jobs and stuff. When I started telling her that ChatGPT was capable of these things, it kind of blew her mind. So I think that a lot of people don't realize that they have this free tool that has this power and that it's not really scary or dangerous. You just have to know how to get to it. It's literally just a link on Google. Mm-hmm. My wife, we were talking about this, and she said she just used ChatGPT to write a letter of recommendation for a coworker. She put in She put in the basic data of her coworkers, achievements or whatever, and it spit out a full letter. And then she just kind of tailored, made a few edits to tailor to the specifics of the coworker. It took her an hour.
As coming from someone that has written many of those letters,
I have as well. Yeah.
Feels like a chore. It feels like you've got to research everything. You want to make it as personal as possible, and you want the letter to achieve that person's goal.
Yeah, there's a
getting to the next step.
Hearted responsibility.
It's an honor to be asked, but to know that Chat GPT
that's what she did. She asked it for the basics and the baseline, and it printed it out, and then she added the personality.
So here's my question. Can you scan that letter, put it in your computer, and ask Chat GPT, did you write this letter?
I doubt it. So the problem with the AI, the narrow AI, is that it can't remember. It doesn't have the ability to do that. So unless it's on the internet stored somewhere that ChatGPT has access to, and it also has to have somewhere where it says, "Hey, ChatGPT, you wrote this," it wouldn't know that.
Yeah. That's a lot of servers. That's a lot of space. That's a lot of air-conditioned rooms.
It's growth.
It makes sense. Yeah. They wouldn't, at the very least, for privacy, if Apple's going to touch Chat GPT, their privacy has got to be top notch.
And privacy is such a mess these days, probably because of AI.
Reject all the cookies. I don't want my information saved.
How many times in the last 6 months have you received an email or a letter in the mail saying, "Hey, person who frequents our business or practice, our data was just compromised. Hey, I'm sorry."
Yes.
So privacy is a huge deal, and that's its own kind of thing. But one more example of the use of ChatGPT. Yes, math. Yes, letters of recommendation. Yes, business models, plans, everything. My buddy Josh Roberts and I recently tried to use AI to create an AI-generated comic book. There were some problems with the graphic side of it, but we gave ChatGPT a character that we created, and it developed an outline for 4 issues of a comic book. And it did it in seconds, and it was good, and it was funny. In my opinion, since it's pulling data from everywhere that the internet exists, it's such a powerful tool that's only limited by your imagination and how you're willing to use it. Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, it stops you if you try to do shady shit and you try to do things that that violate like basic human rights and agreements and stuff like that. But for 99% of people who were never going to come up with something that would go afoul of these restrictions,
yeah, sure. Well, our friend who produce this.
Mhm.
Is his business at the point where he has any sort of income or money set aside to hire 4 models and to book a set and to get the photographers there to produce something like this?
Something that's of this level of quality. So I've been in some pseudo professional photo shoots, in my band days, and a lot of it is the artistry of the camera operator and the photographer, the quality of the equipment. There's all these things that all just scream expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so this right here, just looking at this,
It's a well-composed shot.
it's a bit it's creepy.
So here's the funny thing, talking with him today. So we're chatting. I'm sitting down here. I sit down right here, do the research now, make myself do it.
Mhm.
It's kind of funny. He was saying that there's limitations to AI because it doesn't know how to give me average looking people.
They gotta be hot and gorgeous.
Yes, he pretty much said if you want people to look just like your everyday people, it's going to struggle some. This wasn't the first version that he put together, and it was giving him nothing but supermodels and models after models after models.
Well, you figure it makes sense. It's pulling from the internet to find this
Yes.
stuff, and the vast majority of imagery is people at their best, the most attractive. The models from all the websites, everything from Vogue to Maxim to hot people are.
Yes, we have taught the internet well.
Yeah, we think that the internet is. We think the ChatGPT probably thinks that we are all just movie level hot all the time.
With this, so some people would say, hey, you've got 4 models there. Now that's 4 models that don't get paid for their work, right? You might have had 1 or 2 photographers, maybe a photographer and their assistant. That's somebody that is not receiving a job. They're not getting a phone call as a result. This was a studio that somebody owned. Those are all props in the background, or they would have been if this shot was real, which it's completely fabricated by AI, which is just amazing. If you look at the details, the second woman to the left and her teeth, and she's a little bit older, and the wrinkles, and they're not perfectly aligned. All of those things that just are in there that bring it to life. But those are, in the end, jobs that are being taken off the table.
Yeah.
But then there's also on our friend's side, now he gets to start a business, and the business gets going, and now he gets to hire people.
And he's got a professional look that opens that door, the access
Yes.
they wouldn't have had before if he was just doing some kind of standard def thing with his cell phone, where he was just trying to show you what his product was.
Mm-hmm.
This pops. It looks professional. It makes me interested simply because of the quality.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't have had that opportunity if he didn't have the ability to do this right here.
So he used, if I can pull it up here, no, as I said, all of these tabs. Oh, here it is. No, that's not it either.
I bet you that AI could help you organize your stuff better.
I know. It's a little bit much. Oh, make sure I don't post this, but here we go. Mid-Journey. All right, let's jump back in here. Mid-Journey. An independent research lab exploring new mediums of thought and expanding imagery powers of the human species. And this is what it looks like. It's just straight out of the Matrix when it pops up. Sign up, log in. Let's sign up. Let's see. Let's see how fast we can do this. Timing myself.
You are signing up. So
Signing up right now.
So give me something to ask ChatGPT.
Ask ChatGPT what the best consumer AI currently available is.
It's really it really kind of got in the weeds on stuff. So it's saying that smart assistants are your best options, and it offers Amazon's Alexa, Google's Assistant, Siri, basically things that are voice command operated. And I really like my smart home stuff. I use Alexa, and I've got the special bulbs and plugs and stuff, and I can control most of my house, even my ceiling fans, from my Google or my Alexa assistant. So yeah, and I would agree with that for most people, the Alexa or the Google Assistant are probably your most powerful usable tools with the widest range of abilities and offerings. Even my mother has Alexa, and she uses it for music and asks it for recipes and stuff.
So I'm going to have to abandon signing up since it wants me to confirm things on my phone, and
You can't do that because your phone's right here.
yeah, it's right there. So we'll get to that later, and I'll be sure to report and let everyone know what Midjourney is all about. Next episode, we'll do that. But I think back in 2019, I went to a conference and they had devices. This was a conference that was all about accessibility. It was all about serving individuals with disabilities. It was all about giving people access. And the first 1,000 people that signed up received a Google Home Mini. I just happened to be one of the first 1,000.
I find that hard to believe.
I know. But for that,
but this time,
I made it happen. Got it. Got there. Got home, and I never thought I would ever put something like that in my home. That's just
listening all the time.
It's a microphone, and it's active.
Yeah.
Nonstop, and it has to be if you're going to be able to take advantage of it. And I recognize that. So I ran some tests and I evaluated it and decided, well, okay, Google, who has all the information? Google, the biggest search engine, the most searches worldwide go through Google. Number 2, YouTube. So between which is owned by Google. So between Google's search engine and YouTube, they have the vast majority of all of our inquiries, and they have at least most of the information available to attempt to answer all of those things. So I decided to get some more, and I integrated them into my house. I have them connect like you do with your ceiling fans and your lights. Same thing here. And so far, I've been pretty satisfied with my choice to do so. It has definitely made things easier. It's as far as cooking and setting timers, or as far as automating lights, getting the outside lights on and off, turning lights on and off in rooms when you enter them. If you have your hands full, answering relatively small questions, getting information you need right there. I mean, it definitely takes the arguments that eliminates arguments that people used to have decades ago, right? Yeah. No, it was red. No, it was blue. It absolutely was, and that back and forth, and then you could just ask, and you can find out, and you can move on, and nobody's losing their minds over trivial stuff.
Hey Google, are you better than ChatGPT?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
So she has no answer. ChatGPT does.
Okay.
And it says that no one's necessarily better, and it gives a really good PC answer about how ultimately the choice between using Google Assistant and me depends on your specific needs.
So ChatGPT is inclusive.
Yes, all inclusive. It's all general AI is welcome.
It's just like DEI.
Yeah.
For AI.
Yes.
So I ran the math. All this money. So 45% of 398 billion.
Yeah.
$179.1 billion. And at least of Warren Buffett's portfolio is edging that direction.
Yeah.
Wow, we've been here a while.
Mm-hmm.
I have more questions.
Okay.
I guess we'll have to next. I think we did a good job of at least opening the subject up, especially with Alan Iverson. I think Alan Iverson was a good start.
Took me a real long time to get that joke, actually.
That's okay. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here. You can catch the continuation of this conversation in the next episode. We're gonna be revisiting artificial intelligence. Do we need it? How is it gonna affect our lives? Where is it taking humanity as a whole? And what are we drinking next time? Because we finished this off, so we're gonna have to. You're all out. I should probably. All right. Cheers, everyone. See you next time.